Okay, now I can have some simple lecture for you guys. You know, this lecture can be useful around Taijin 3 dan to 7 dan. Okay, normally I think most of the Taijin 3 dan player, or 4 dan players, they know about this Joseki. Do you guys know about this Joseki? How you can handle? After black getting here, there are two choices. White can block A or B, those are available. But I think maybe the many of the players, they have information how they can play, but they just follow what they want. The reason why white is supposed to play the A, and this is right decision. And black plays here, and it's gonna be the Joseki. And just like this. You know, 14, move number 14 is the new move since AI. Long time ago we were using here. But this AI is thinking that after black approaches here, and this Aji is gonna be very powerful in the future. So nowadays the Joseki was changed to play here. Actually about 20 years ago, and this was here. I mean the white, some players were using this move as well, but just it wasn't really popular. But since AI, it changed it perfectly. Right now, obviously white plays push more. But the problem is the white plays B many times. I saw really many times, not just one time. White is supposed to play this move when white has one more move here. However, like just, you know, in this situation, white can use this Joseki, and this one stone balance is good for lower side. So this is right move, but even there is no stone, I can see that many players, I think maybe 3 dan to 4 dan. Taijin 5 dan doesn't really play this move, I think. Yeah. But now black plays here, and this Joseki like this. And white is thinking comfortable to handle the lower side. Because, you know, somehow when we are making the big shape, you might feel comfortable. But, and even when you are handling the black, you may not know the method, how you can handle. But this time I can tell you how you can have a restriction. Do you know how to restrict in this situation? And you know, you have a many method, just like you can go to big place. But you know, if you just give the 14, white didn't lose anything. So which means now you gave influence to white, and simply you can use the split. Yeah, you said K3 is perfect. K4. K4 is also a good idea. I can tell you between K3 and K4. According to follow traditional method, when we split to your opponent territory, we were using at the third line, always. This is a traditional logic. So if white just approaches here, white is gonna be very concentrated. And if you just try to make this Joseki, you know, even black, these two territories are bigger, is not smaller than white territory. So which means white is so concentrated in this area. So it's not good idea. So if even this is good for black, but if you really have to play right now, I think playing this way is better. And just try to switch to this area. Anyway, nowadays you can see that many of professional players, they are playing at the 4th line. The reason why, if you just play here, when white approaches here and black plays here, long time ago we were thinking that taking base is everything when we split to opponent territory. But nowadays, what they are carrying is not the base. Because anyway, white can press from the center like this in the future. So in order to save this group, we have to exchange something like this. And we can obviously save at the side, but white can take the new value at the center and even right hand side. For example, when you are saving here, however, just example, if white can step at the right hand side, still white can get many things. So this is a transitional logic, but if your level is around Taijam 7 cup and 5 cup, still I recommend you to play Split at the third line. Okay? Yeah. But nowadays, what professional players are not caring about the base when we split the opponent territory. Because if white plays here, however, when you play the 2-space jump, long time ago, we were thinking always such kind of move is painful because we can't take the base. But nowadays, we just keep playing at the center. Somehow these 3 stones are stronger than white 5 stones. That's the reason why we don't really care about the base. You can even see that split at the 4th line. So I can say those are great. Yeah. If you choose something, then white influence is not easy to use. Yeah. So when you give influence, you have to check. This influence is looking which direction. Now this influence is looking for the lower side. Then you can just throw 1 stone however you want. Then it cannot be efficient and it cannot be used. So your territory balance will be better than white influence. But for example, you didn't use that follow the logic and you just approach. And however, white just use the pincer, and if you just keep invade to 3-3, just like here, and then white is making the big shape, then you will feel difficult to handle for this one. Obviously, yes, because you didn't have a right timing of the restriction. Yeah. So you may want to know clean answer. Whether restrict 3rd line, split 3rd line and 4th line, which one is better? I can say that if you are feeling comfortable to have a clean base, then I can say line 3 is easier to handle. But if your level is strong enough, then even I don't care, even if I don't have a base. I just want to choose the better move for the control. Then I can recommend you to play the 4th line as well. Yeah. Okay, so you understand why we shouldn't block here, right? Yeah. And even this situation, many people try to just ignore. Hello everyone, hello, nice to see you. And black invade here right now. You see that it doesn't mean this is gonna be bad for black, but just black might feel more difficult to handle. For example, white just plays here and catch up the center and go to the lower side. Then because white influence is surviving now, you can use this influence perfectly. So you will feel more difficult to reduce white area. As I told you, it's not gonna be bad for black because also black has 4 corners, but just you will feel always more difficult to play. Okay, so now, however, white just Hane, black answer, white plays here. You guys know this Joseki, right? Am I right? Yeah. And you guys know that how this Joseki was changed compared to long time ago. According to follow the traditional Joseki, we were playing Hane and Kone like this. But since AlphaGo is saying this is gonna be really bad exchange and this is making lower side much thicker. So totally Joseki was changed. Black never exchanged this move. It's really super bad exchange. So instead of using here and black just decided to push one more time and then black is ready to accept. For example, black goes to big place. White can just stretch one time. AlphaGo was thinking this is better for handling the lower side. So we never exchanged at the lower side honey. And oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much for supporting me. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, thank you so much. I will drink the yummy coffee. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Willie. So now, Black plays push one more time, and I can give you question. What do you want to do now? What's your method? How do you want to do? Do you have any idea? Thank you so much, Willie. Yeah, I get energy. Yeah, I can have a better lecture for you guys. Now, you can see that white has a couple influence. Yeah. Okay, now you understand my concept perfectly. I can just compare. If somebody level is less than Taijin, 7 cup, then they might not have a concept of the split, and they might choose such kind of attacking method. And or here, yeah. Then you can see that black is planning to attacking this group. Well, actually white is attacking this black. It doesn't mean this is gonna be captured, but if white just play the attack like this, then white can get lower side naturally, and even black is not strong enough. So this is about, I think, Taijin 7 cube to 10 cubes level. Yeah. And so, and if your level is around stronger than Taijin 5 cube, you might have a concept of the split. So, which means black take about more than 15 points, and you can count to the territory you're right. You have to count to the minimum territory, just like this. This is a method how you can count your territory. Because white can use the... it doesn't mean black must answer everything, but this is gonna be black, white right. Yeah, and this push and here is gonna be right. So you are counting territory just like the minimum, okay? So now black took about 15 points for both corner. So after that, if you are giving same territory, then it's gonna be better for you because you have 2 more corners. And the upper side is also, you have some potential because your 2 stones are waiting for the upper side. So what you have to do is just restrict your territory, your opponent's territory. Here. Yeah. And as I told you, even third line is nowadays not so popular. The reason why, usually white can make this sente, and because this jump is gonna be very painful, usually black has to respond. And then when white approaches here, however, when you are playing here, you know, even though you play the 2-space jump, it's not so attractive. Because, you know, even such kind of a move is gonna be white right, and here it somehow is not so attractive, and even white can just use the such kind of attacking. So giving center is not good idea. So usually when white, sorry about it. Yeah, it's no problem, right? Oh, just now my focus was cut. After white approaches here, however, you have to think about to jump out to the center, and then white can even approach. Instead of here, just you can decide to play at the 4th line, just with 1 move, because right now you are planning to go out to center quickly. Yeah, instead of just getting the base. That's the reason nowadays why 4th line restriction and split is more popular. Yeah. So I can say that one more time. If you are thinking to get the base, stable base, still I can recommend you to play at the 3rd line. It doesn't mean it will not be bad move always. If white just plays here, then you can take the 2-space jump. Just, you know, it's gonna be very difficult because even such kind of tactics is gonna be already difficult method. Yeah. but okay, I'm confident to handle the center perfectly, then you can use the both line. Then white approaches here, and you can play here to space jump. And as I told you, you don't have to feel afraid of white to play here. Then you can just fly to the center with the great hangman method. Then, you know, you didn't lose anything. So, what if white cover jump k6 with a k8? k6. You mean like this? We are talking about this one, right? Yeah, oh, that's a good question. And usually when you jump out first, then you will feel much easy to take care. You know, usually when we take care of the weak group, always we make mistake. And that's one of our most difficult topic for take caring the weak group. Yeah. Then how you can do that is just jump well. At the first, you can jump here. And looking for the one more time to jump to the center. Yeah, right? So white will try to stop you like this. Then you can prepare one more Tetsuji. You can touch this one stone. This is called amazing vital point. And white will bother you. Then you don't have to, you are not just making two eyes, you know. Just like if you jump well, you get to make two eyes naturally. You know, we don't play like this for getting two eyes, right? Even though white just jump here, white is getting territory naturally. So you just need to block here, then you may have a chance to bother these two stones. For example, white just hane here, then you can make one more sente, and then try to get the base naturally. Yeah. Just you are looking for the next move. Then you might ask me, then what about white plays here and looking for the weakness here? And you are afraid of here? You want to answer? I'm not gonna answer here. I will just jump out one more time. Because I know that if white wanna capture, then this became one stone. It's the lizard of the tail. You can just throw it, say goodbye, and just let him capture. Because now you can go out to center, already you restrict perfectly a white territory. And in case white just answer here, then you want to cover about that cutting point, then you can just play such kind of move. Basically, you have to be good at jump. And when you are keep jumping Naichimu and large Naichimu Kosumi, then usually you can get the eye shape naturally. That's the method how you can take care of your weak group easily. Yeah. Okay, white can resign. yeah, but I'm not kidding. Usually when your opponent plays such kind of a method and just try to make the big territory, and many of them feel afraid. And especially if your level is about Taijin, 1 dan to 5 dan, then you feel you might fail many times how you can restrict the opponent territory. Even though you know that that is not right method, but you may not have a reduced perfectly. That's why I prepare, because I have many experience to have my student before. Yeah. Okay, let me read. Do you have any suggestion on how to study Sigma? Who was it that one space jump in never that? Yeah. Yeah, sorry, my reading speed is a bit slow. Center Hengma method. You know, Hengma method, if I just tell you simply, when you are playing to the, when you are having the Hengma to the side, When you have a one stone, usually there is a sentence we need to have a 2 space jump, right? And when we have a 2 stone, usually we can have a 3 space jump if you are ignoring about this area. But when you are playing at the center, usually 1 stone has to have a 1 space jump and 2 stones to have a 2 space jump. That's the right method. I can tell you simply. Anyway, what you're saying is right. The 1 space jump cannot be bad. That's right. And how to study the Hengma? Hengma method also, I think I recommend you to study them with the Hengma book. Usually when you see the Tesuji dictionary, just now somebody sent to me the Chinese, right? There is also Hengma study method as well. Yeah. So you can study with that book. So I think this concept was for the restriction of your opponent's territory. When they do not follow the right method and they are just keep trying to make it big shape, then you may not feel comfortable, right? And they try to make even such kind of method, then you will feel very afraid about this shape. But just you can try to keep jump. Even this time, this approaching is a bit closer to this 1 stone, and even 1 space jump is also okay. When they just play here, and if you think you have enough base, and now if you play here, I'm not playing here right now because I know that this is a center, you know. Center means you should make the 4 doors if you want to make the territory. But he just blocked the 1 door. And when you want to close 1 more door here, then you can try to get in here. Because now you are taking your territory first. Yeah. So, restriction has 2 progress. At the first, you have to know that in the beginning restriction, and even in the center, when your opponent wants to get, just like, he will try to get like crazy method. And second, in the middle game restriction method, you have to set up the line from 30 to 34 to this 1 stone. And you have to get in around here when you are breaking in the middle game. Then usually this line is good enough. This cannot be good enough. When you just jump here and even you just play here, you might feel this is gonna be very big, but you know, already you get here before many times to the territory. So white cannot be enough. Yeah. Just looks big for the center. Actually, I have no information of the English Tesuji book. Yeah, that's the point. Because I have information for the Korean book or Japanese book. Yeah. I don't know but for the Japanese book, I think that there will be while Korean book, there will be many translation from the English version as well. I guess. Yeah. So you get it, right? Yeah. How you can restrict your opponent's territory and why you can see that nowadays from the professionals game, they always play at the both line when they are restricting the opponent's territory, just like this move. Yeah, as I told you one more time, this is a traditional form of the traditional logic. Always we play at the 3rd line, but nowadays 3rd line is not really used. And this time, I can even have one more beginning lecture for this one. Yeah. Long time ago, about 20 years ago, when I was studying for this beginning, and always teachers were teaching me we must split here. Yeah. We must play here about 20 years ago, and many logic was changed after AI. Yeah. And even in this situation, I was learning from teacher, we always have to go here. Because this area is easy to get territory. You can see that here. Wow, black is earning about how many points? Yeah, nearly 20 points. Now it's 18 points. Yeah. So we were always learning from here. But actually white just plays here. You can see that. Even white territory is really big. And even in the future, white might have a chance to invade here. But about 15 years ago, the logic was changed even before AI. You know how to change it? Black is approaching... no. I can just tell you the history first. Do you know the Yoda Norimoto? Yoda Norimoto. The Japanese one of the strong player. He was the first Samsung Cup champion. And he is the rival of the Lee Chang-ho because Lee Chang-ho's result was not really good to Yoda Norimoto. Yeah. And he has played this move first. I guess maybe how many years ago? Maybe 15 years ago or 20 years ago. And he started to use this move first to even Lee Chang-ho as well. And before this move, always it was used. Always. Yeah. And then white plays here, and black even pincer, white just jump here, and there was such kind of joseki. Yeah. Because if white capture, black can throw, black can sacrifice efficiently. Like corner territory is big, right? So now became white to start to play here, and black answer. The white territory is much bigger. So black ignore, and the white plays here. And they have been fighting like this for more than 10 years. This is like traditional joseki. After we have a split here. It was used a long time ago. But Yoda Norimoto in the World Championship, and when he even plays with Lee Chang-ho, and even in the World Final Cup, actually that's not the World Cup, Asian Cup, Asian TV competition. That's one of the famous competition. And he just used this move to Lee Chang-ho. And white plays here, and then this was one of his favorite beginning. And he became handle the upper side. Yeah. Maybe the position might be different. This position might be here. So this one stone was here. Anyway, this is not the point. And white plays here, just like this. They have played like this. Yeah. And then, about 10 years ago, and black used a totally different method. Black started to use this method. You know, the logic was totally changed. So white has to play 2 space jump, and then black plays like what Yoda plays. Long time ago, black we didn't like black's this position because white could break with the invasion of the 3-3 easily, but this logic was totally changed because if black can get this position, and even in the future, this is gonna be very, very painful. So you can compare why the split was disappeared. So which means white has to play like this. Then black center is even now amazing. So always when you are using the split at the third line, you have to care about this agi in the future. This is gonna be painful. But why black is not using right now? Because white can make all the center first, and then make sure you are not really dangerous, and then you can have a restrict. The same logic you can use that. You gave influence to black, but if you have a right timing of the reduce your opponent's territory, this influence is looking for the upper side. So if you just go to the right timing here, then black's influence is not gonna be really good. So which means black has to wait one more timing here. You know that white jumping one more time is gonna be very passive. So black is already enough. But the point is, in the future, this is gonna be always painful because now already black spent one move here. So that's the main reason why we don't use the third line split anymore. Yeah. So, oh, here is 11:30 because I'm living in Hong Kong. I'm Korean, but I'm living in Hong Kong. So 1 hour later than Korea. Yeah. 1 hour faster, late. Yeah, which expression is right method. And one more logic is when I was young, and we never learn, we should approach here. Because if however black pincer here and white invade 3-3, and we were thinking this black position is really good, and this was one of the logic as well. But about before AI, 7 years ago, the logic was totally changed again. I told you that 20 years ago, white was using always split, and I told you that black was approaching here all the time, and became Yuda started to use this move, and they found out this is a better method, and finally white doesn't like to use the split anymore, and then the logic was totally changed. White just used the approach. Yeah, this was the history about from 25 years ago, and it was always changing the direction. And nowadays, of course, the white used this 3-3 mostly, but before AI, we were using this most. And we were not thinking this was bad for white. Because after we play here, and when even the black try to make this bigger, and we have a good method to restrict black's territory. You know, now the method is always same. Black is handling perfect influence, but it doesn't mean black can keep playing at the right hand side. Because if white just keep playing here, you might fear this is gonna be very big. But even white has many potential. You have a potential at the left-hand side, even the upper side. So if you are just counting the territory right now, you might feel black's territory is bigger, but actually white has a many potential. Around after 20 steps, you can see the own territory as well. So black has to keep make it bigger. After this, now it's timing to restrict. So if you are using the shoulder, like this, then black's shape is not gonna be big anymore. So this is the history, how it was improved. This beginning was improved. And in nowadays, of course, the black is using this move much more, as you know that.